Hello students, now we are going to study the remaining part of this learning topic, that is principles of that is the theories of learning. In last videos we have discussed about the meaning, definition of learning, elements of learning, principles of learning, factors affecting learning, and now we are going to focus on the theories of learning. Theories of learning, what does it mean? That means how the learning process is going to be occur in a human being. So different scientists try to explain the learning process by their own ways, own thoughts. So there are four theories of learning. One is classical condition, operant condition, cognitive learning, and social learning. So these are the four theories of learning. In exam, there will be question, what is learning process? Explain the different theories of the learning. Or you might ask a short note on any one theories of these learning theories. Okay. So one by one we will discuss the theories. First one is the classical conditioning. Now theory, in the words you can find out the meaning of this theory, that we have to create a condition. Through that condition, the learning of an individual is going to be occur. Okay, one example is given in this theory. We try to understand that example. Through that example, we will try to understand the theory. It is the association of one event with another desired event resulting in a behavior. Try to understand what it tried to say. Classical condition. It is the association. Association means एकत्र येणे. Okay. Association of one event. Event means घटना. Okay. One event with desired event, which result into behavior. What learning says? Learning is a process through which individual changes his behavior through his own efforts. That means through learning process we are trying to change our behavior. Behavior means knowledge, skill, and attitude. Okay. Now what this theory says, how the behavior is going to be changed of individual, how individual is able to learn that topic, by association of, by coming together of one event with desired event. एक इव्हेंट डिझायर्ड इव्हेंट बरोबर एकत्र आणून वी आर एबल टू ब्रिंग द चेंजेस इन द बिहेवियर. म्हणजे एक घटना अपेक्षित घटनेशी रिलेटेड एकत्र आणून प्रयत्न केला तर वी आर ट्राईंग टू ब्रिंग द चेंज इन द बिहेवियर ऑफ इंडिव्हिज्युअल. दॅट मीन्स वी आर ट्राईंग टू कॅरी आउट द लर्निंग प्रोसेस. Now this experiment of classical condition is done by Ivan Pavlov. He tried to do the experiments on dog and tried to establish a stimulus-response connection. Now what is the stimulus-response connection? Stimulus is nothing but the message or information. And he tried to establish response to that stimulus. He tried to establish connection between response and stimulus. आता response म्हणजे काय येणार? What is the response means? Change in the behavior, mentally or physically changes in the behavior. That is nothing but the response. Why it is occur? Because of the stimulus. Stimulus means because of that particular information, mental changes or physical changes in the human behavior is going to be occur. That is the stimulus response connection. That connection he tried to establish. Okay. He tries to relate dog salivation with the ringing bell. That is the experiment which he tried to do to prove his theory by establishing this stimulus response connection. Okay. Now he put meat in front of the dog. Okay, for proving his classical condition theory, for proving stimulus response connection. What he tried to do one experiment, that he put meat in front of the dog. Dog responded to this stimulus by salivation. Now meat is the stimulus in this case. Stimulus means meat is the information in this case. And response, stimulus response connection, that response given by dog to the meat, that is by the salivation process. Okay. This response is unconditioned. We are discussing the classical condition theory. That means we are going to create a condition, a particular condition. Through that conditions we are trying to bring the changes in the behavior. Okay. So putting a meat in front of the dog and salivation is going to be carried out in a dog. So that is an unconditioned situation. naturally it is going to be occur. Whenever there is meat in front of dog, salivation is going to be occur in a dog to eat it. Okay. So let us try to understand before conditioning. Natural situation का है unconditional stimulus, that is the meat. Stimulus का है meat. Unconditional response is the salivation. Now what we have to create a condition, that is we have to create a condition stimulus, that is the bale. Instead of meat we have to use the bale. Okay, but when right now before conditioning, if we are putting a bale in front of the dog, there is no response. But if we put a meat in front of dog, salivation is going to be occur. That is before the experiment. Situation before the experiment. So here it is say that before conditioning. If we put meat in front of the dog, salivation is occur. Okay. And if we ring a bell in front of dog, there is no response from the dog. That is before the experiment, situation before the experiment. Okay. What Paulo done the next? He began a ringing bell at the same time when meat was presented. Whenever meat is presented to the dog, salivation is occur. That is unconditional. What he tried to do, next step, whenever meat is presented in front of the dog, he tried to ring a bell. That means he tried to create a condition. Okay. He tried to do that particular things number of times. Put a meat in front of the dog, ring a bell. Put a meat in front of the dog, and at that time he ring a bell. Okay. What happened after that? A ringing bell without presentation of meat was not connected to any response. What happened? Whenever there is a ringing of bell without presentation of meat, that was not connected to any response. That is the before situation. Situation is before the experiment. Whenever we are going to ring a bell, there is no response. But ringing bell at the same time of presentation of meat, whenever we are going to put a meat in front of the dog, at that time if we are going to ring a bell, Paulo established a relation between two stimulus, the bell and a meat in the mind of a dog. He tried to establish a two stimulus, connection between these two stimulus in the mind of the dog. So what happened? During conditioning, what he tried to do? Unconditional stimulus is the meat, salivation is occur. But whenever he ring a bell, that is conditioned stimulus. Whenever he ring a bell, also salivation is going to be occur. Before experiment, if he ring a bell, there is no salivation. But now what happened? Whenever he put a meat in front of dog, at that time he ring a bell. So ringing bell is a conditional stimulus. Now this bell, whenever he after that particular event, several events, the ringing of bell is also creating a response. That is, salivation is going to be occur in a dog. By continuing this process, the ringing bell alone was sufficient stimulus to elicit the response of salivation, even when no meat is presented. That means if we continue this process several times, even though there is no meat in front of the dog, only ringing the bell, only because of ringing the bell, the salivation is going to be occur. Likewise, he tried to change the behavior of the dog. First of all, meat is going to produce a salivation. If we ring a bell, only ringing bell, there is no salivation. But whenever he is going to do the experiment, that is putting a meat, ringing a bell simultaneously, when he goes to do it several times, what happen? Only ringing the bell without meat, salivation is going to be occur. That is the condition. Thus, bell become a conditional stimulus. Likewise, bell is creating a salivation. So, bell become a conditional stimulus, resulting in the learning process of that particular dog. So third, after conditioning, what happened? Before conditioning, during conditioning, and after conditioning. After conditioning, what happened? Only ringing the bell produce the salivation. Okay. So classical condition represent only very small part of total human learning. Classical condition is this necessary one, but because of that classical condition, only small part of human behavior is going to be changed or can be learned. Learning can be occur in a human being. We will react in a particular way only if something is happen. That is our tendency. Okay. But in reality, behavior of people in organization is voluntary rather than being a reflex. Basically, human behavior is going to respond to situation on voluntary basis. If he is interested, if he want to do it, if he need it, then and then that individual is going to respond that particular situation. No any situation, no any response in human being is automatic. Okay. So our behavior is not elicited in response to specific identifiable behavior, but it is generally imitated. In case of dog, ringing bell elicit the response after that experiment. मैं तो एक्सपेरिमेंट केल्यामुळे काय झालं, डॉग रिस्पॉन्स द्यायला लागला. बट इन केस ऑफ ह्युमन बिहेवियर, our behavior is not elicited in response to specific identifiable behavior. Our behavior is not going to respond like that way. If a particular situation is created, we are giving that response. It is not going to be happen. But our behavior is generally imitated. It is natural one. If we are, or what we can say that it is a voluntary one. If we are interested, we will give the response. We will try to learn that particular topic. If we are not interested, if you don't need it, we are going to avoid it. But main thing, the classical condition, a particular situation is going to play a role, small role in a process of learning of the individual. So that is the classical condition theory. Now second theory of learning process is the operant conditioning. Now operant condition defined as behavior that produce the effect. A particular behavior which produce effect in the individual. That is operant condition. Okay. So it is based on the work of B.F. Skinner. So Skinner has developed this or given this theory of learning. What is said? Individual emit response. Individual emit means individual give the response. So human being give the response that are rewarded. म्हणजे आपण प्रयत्न करतो. We are trying to carry out the activities. When that activity is rewarded. जेव्हा त्याला काहीतरी मोबदला असेल, फायदा असेल किंवा त्यातून काय आपल्याला मिळणार असेल, we try to carry out that particular activity. And will not emit the response. That means will not give the response that are either not rewarded or punished. जर एखाद्या गोष्टीमधून पनिशमेंट मिळणार नसेल किंवा रिवॉर्ड मिळणार नसेल, वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू कॅरी आउट दॅट काइंड ऑफ ॲक्टिव्हिटी. दॅट इज अवर नॅचरल टेंडन्सी. जर एखादी गोष्ट मिळणार असेल तर आपण ती गोष्ट करतो. ओके. So operant condition theory is based on that particular aspect. So operant condition urges that behavior is the function of its consequences. Consequences म्हणजे बदल, चेंजेस किंवा घटना. One minute. Operant conditions urges that behavior is the functions of consequences. Whatever the behavior we are going to carry out, it is only because of the changes in the situation. Okay. That means behavior repeated if consequences are favorable. जे काय बदल होतात आपण ॲक्टिव्हिटी केल्यामुळे, if that consequences बदल, if that consequences are favorable, we are trying to carry out that behavior repeatedly. म्हणजे एखादी गोष्ट केल्यामुळे जर बदल झाला, फेवरेबल बदल झाला, तर आपण ती गोष्ट सतत करत राहतो. ओके. बिहेवियर इज नॉट रिपीटेड इफ कॉन्सिक्वेन्सेस आर अनफेवरेबल. सपोज एखादी ॲक्टिव्हिटी केली तुम्ही, पण त्यात तुम्हाला रिझल्ट मिळाला नाही, हवा तसा फेवरेबल रिस्पॉन्स मिळाला नाही, वी आर ट्राईंग टू स्टॉप दॅट पर्टिक्युलर ॲक्टिव्हिटी. The relation between behavior and consequences is the essence of the operant condition. Relation between behavior and consequences, that is the main part of this operant condition learning. If we get positive response from that particular behavior, from that particular activity, we are going to do it. If we get negative response, we are going to avoid it. Or because of that behavior, if the consequences are favorable, we are going to do it. But because of that behavior, if consequences are not favorable, we are going to avoid it. That is the main thing in operant condition. The management in a particular organization, for example, in a particular organization, management has to study and identify the relationship, this kind of relationship. Which consequences, which changes we need to do so that changes will be favorable for the employees and employee will do that particular task. Okay. So management can study and identify the relationship and try to modify and control the behavior of the employees. For example, announcement of bonus. That is the consequences. If we are giving the bonus to the employees, the behavior will be repeated. The behavior will become more effective. Okay. So likewise, the consequences has impact on the behavior of the individuals. Hence, certain types of consequences can be used in increasing the occurrence of desired behavior. जर डिझायर्ड बिहेवियर हवा असेल लोकांकडनं, एम्प्लॉईकडनं, कोणाकडनं, वी नीड टू हॅव दॅट कॉन्सिक्वेन्सेस, we need to find out that consequences because of which we will get a desired behavior from the employees, from the other people. And other type of consequences can be used to decrease the undesired behavior. असे बदल की ज्याच्यामुळे अनडिझायर्ड बिहेवियर पण आपण कंट्रोल करू शकतो. वी आर एबल टू कंट्रोल द अनडिझायर्ड बिहेवियर ऑफ द पीपल ऑल्सो. सो द कॉन्सिक्वेन्सेस म्हणजे चेंजेस जे महत्त्वाचे आहेत ते चेंजेस इज प्लेईंग अ इम्पॉर्टंट रोल. कॉन्सिक्वेन्सेस इज प्लेईंग इम्पॉर्टंट रोल in deciding the behavior of the learner. That is the operant condition. For example, working hard, you will get promotion. Okay, promotion is the consequences. Boss assure that he will compensate next performance if employees work overtime. If employees will work overtime, he will give them a compensation. Okay. But if boss not fulfill his assurance, then subordinate coolly decline to overtime. But if boss didn't give the that compliance or compensations or bonus to the employees, then employee will reject to do the overtime. They will not eager to do the overtime work in the company. So what is the conclusion? The behavior consequences that are rewarded increase the rate of responses. Means if the promotion is given, bonus is given, people will do the work hard. While aversive consequences, that if he didn't give the bonus to that employees, aversive consequences decrease the rate of response. जे म्हणला बॉस त्या पद्धतीने जर त्यानं काम केलं नाही किंवा त्या पद्धतीने रिवॉर्ड दिले नाहीत, मोबदला दिला नाही, aversive consequences झाले, then it decrease the rate of the responses. That is the operant conditions. Okay. So these are the two theories of learning. Now rest of the two theories we will discuss in a next lecture. Okay.